All right, how are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
I got my end back together a little bit better than last time. Anyone else doing good?
Good. How about you, miss?
I can say I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. Okay. Here. Got too many tabs up. Why do I get the feeling that that my screen share is wrong? That doesn't look like this class at all. Somebody help me out here. Is this you guys?
It's us. You're definitely missing some people though.
Yeah, it's us, but the groups are very small. Usually, like I think
Okay, that's from people who are absent or whatever. I
yeah,
think.
it does in different groups.
All right, let's see on this list who we have here. We'll start there. Nicholas, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
How about Paulina? Anthony? Z? Ivan, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Ashley? Andrew?
Here.
Now, group one is already gone, right? Have I screwed up my notes on this class? I
Yeah,
think
group one has already gone.
group one is gone and group two is gone.
No, group two.
I don't think group 2 is
No,
gone.
group two have-
Group four has gone, except Samantha and Cupid.
Yeah, group 4 with second.
Okay, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Professor, you missed my name, group 4.
Just a
Rosita
minute,
Santos.
just a minute, just a minute. I gotta do this one step at a time. I will ask in a moment if I've missed anybody, but let me get this done first. Andrew, are you here? Andrew S.
Yes, miss.
All right. Andy S, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Samantha, are you here?
Yes.
And Cupid.
Cupid is not part of it no more.
You missed my name, Professor, group 4.
I just said, let me go through this list and I'll ask in a moment who I'm missing. Okay, hang on. I can't do both at once. Isaac, are you here?
Yeah.
And Paula, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
And Yesenia, are you here?
I'm here.
And William?
I'm here.
And Maria?
I'm here.
Okay. Let me go back over here and see what's going on. Got like 6 little pop-ups happening all over my screen. All right. Now, group 1 and group 4 have done their speeches, but we're missing somebody in group 4 who's spoken up a couple of times. Oh, damn, I see what I've done. These are leftover numbers from the introductory speeches. Okay. All right, that makes some sense. Now I see what's happening. Group 1 is already gone. We can make them go away. Group 2 looks like that. I got it now. Group 3 looks like that. Group 5 ah, I just found all my notes. Okay. There they are. That's supposed to be over here. Elias, are you here?
Yes, yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, I have you as absent without an excuse last time, is that correct?
Yes, unfortunately. Sorry about that, by the way.
Okay, so you're not doing your speech. Got that.
Wait, I wouldn't be able to do my speech today?
Oh, I sent you an email about it.
Okay, I'll be sure to check that out.
I mean, the rule is you have to be here or you have to let me know.
Hmm.
And that's
Sure.
been the rule since day one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be sure to check out the email. Yeah, miss.
You can do the extra credit to make it up, though.
Okay, you got it.
It's possible to make it up.
All right.
All right. And I think I'm about to hit Mark with the same thing, because I think I saw Mark in the house. Oh, group four's done theirs. Okay. Mark's not in trouble. And Ashley, are you here? Okay, this is what we have left. Does this look right to everybody? I guess I have to go to chat to see what you're saying. All right, hang on. Yes,
Yes, if you're not counting the groups that went.
I am not counting the groups that went.
Yeah.
All
So
is here.
in group 4, we said like
Yeah.
2 people left.
Yeah, it's the last two will be Rosarita and myself, Samantha.
Thank you. Let's see here. Close that window, close the chat, so I can see what I'm doing here. Back to the spreadsheet. All right, let's find some place to put you guys on this mess I got here. All right, how does it look right to everybody? Okay. We had group 3. Who is your group leader? Adrian, Josue, Amy, Jonathan? Any of you here?
I'm here.
Are you the group leader?
No.
The group leader.
Honestly, I don't know. I think it might be Jonathan. It might.
Jonathan, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, but I wasn't the group leader. I remember the group leader being Joshua.
Oh, my bad.
Miss, you're missing me from that group.
I just asked if everything looked right 3 times. All right, let me go see. Group 3. Now, who is I that I'm missing?
Andy?
You weren't here last time, right?
Yeah.
You were here last time. Were you here or not here last time, Andy?
I was here.
I have you down as absent. I'll check the log. Okay. Now who's your group leader? What order are you going in?
The order was Jonathan, then me, then I'm not sure it was after.
I'm going last.
Who is I?
Adrian.
Who?
Adrian.
Adrian going last.
Yes. I'm going last and doing the conclusion.
And I take it we don't have Josue and Amy here.
Yeah, cause I was not going first. I was actually third, and then Joshua I think is first, and then or I could have been second, but yeah, I was not first. I don't know why he said I was first, but it was Joshua first.
He's not here today. He's not here today, and Amy's not here today. So my guess is that you're going first.
Oh, and then
Oh,
yeah.
wait a minute. Amy's got it up here. All right. I just found it on chat. Let's see. Josue, Andy, Jonathan. Hang on. Gotta move this out of the way. But Josue's not here. If you're here, you got to speak up. If you do it on chat, I may not catch it. All right. Okay. Over here in group 2. What's your order? Who's your leader?
Me, Anna.
Ah,
Okay, so first is going with the introduction, Andrew.
okay.
Then is going to be Anna. After it's Andrew again. After is Sol. After is Ivan.
Got it.
And with the conclusion is myself again, Anna.
Oh, okay. Now hang on, folks. I have a long message to me that I have to read, so just chill. In fact, I've got a couple of them apparently. Let me go back through chat and see if I can find them. Everyone to everyone. I got that one fixed. Let me work on this one. Oh, wait a minute. Now I got another one coming in. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I think I got the back end done. If I'm missing something that you privately chatted me about, do it again, like right now. So I can get those cleared up. Okay, I'm going off chat now. Okay. So the plan today is to finish group 4. And I don't know. Who wants to go after group 4?
Group 2.
Group 2. These folks over here. All right. Let me shut down the screen, please. 2 things. Remember to review the group you're marked to review. Like group 1 is reviewing group 2. And let me know who's coming up next so I can go over to their grading page, their rubric. We're going to start with Rosita.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Let me put my end together here.
Okay. I'm ready.
I'm not quite ready. Hang on.
Oh, okay, sorry.
What's your last initial, Rosita?
What happened?
I'm asking what your last initial is.
No, I'm the first one.
Her
on the
last name
list.
Santos.
The,
Santos.
oh,
Thank
sorry,
you.
sorry, Santos, sorry.
That's what I'm looking
I'm
for.
nervous.
All right. Let me. More text coming in. Okay. And I'm ready when you are.
Good morning. Good morning, professor and classmate. My name is Rosita Santos. Today for this project, I'm going to talk about my experience on Facebook when I used it time ago. Social media has its pros and cons. Facebook has many advantages. For instance, it helps you contact with friends, family, find old friends, and make new friends around the world. But at the same time, it lacks privacy. When I first signed up for an account around 2006, it was amazing. I could share photos, videos, and thoughts. I remember that most of my friends became addicted to using it. Everyone wanted to see the publication of everybody. I enjoy logging into a Facebook until I had a negative experience on my workplace that made me stop using it. I spent a lot of time with my coworkers. I used to be a friendly person, so my coworkers and I became good friends. I love to throw parties, and my coworkers will invite me to the parties and gatherings as well. But there's a person who nobody will invite her. However, I was the only person who will invite her to some of the parties, but not every single one. The issue came because even though I had a good relationship with this coworker, she started stalking my profile. She will see all my pictures shared on Facebook, and she complained me about why I didn't invite her. Then it became worse because she abused her power by taking my clients and taking credit for my work, since she was the branch manager. Consequently, this affected me in my workplace and emotionally as well. Since then, I stopped using Facebook because I started to get anxious. This is my experience with social media on Facebook. Thank you. And that's it.
Professor, can you let me know when you're ready, please?
I always do. Hang on. I'm not.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. What the? And what's your last name?
Soria, Soria.
Got it. And I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Samantha. So today's social media that I will be discussing is going to be Instagram. So Instagram is basically an app where you get to show off the person you are and show off the adventures you go on, but people don't really see more in depth into Instagram. So Instagram is kind of affecting people because it does have its pros and cons, but I believe it has more cons than pros, just because Instagram now is trying to create the perfect person. And so when we're on Instagram, all we're seeing is filters, Facetune, the perfect body, the perfect life. And it does bring people low self-esteem, anxiety. It can also create the social anxiety as well, and low of confidence. So we see a lot of other people and like we don't appreciate our own lives. And we do have this thing where it's like women have to have the hourglass body and then men have to have this like strong muscular tallness, and it's affecting us because we're not seeing how influencers are posting these things and we want that life instead of appreciating our own. So overall it's affecting because we're not understanding that everybody's life is different, and we need to start appreciating the life we have instead of trying to be in somebody else's body and life just because um just because we're not them. So overall the whole purpose of our topic was that social media does have its pros and its cons, but we need to start focusing on ourselves more and our health and how it is affecting us, and how we shouldn't let so many things get to us because it's affecting the health of our own. So yes, thank you.
All right. I think now we're heading over to group 4. And I must admit, I've forgotten who the first speaker in group 4 is. I think it starts with Andrew in the introduction. Is that right?
You mean group 2? Actually,
Do
I'm
I?
in group number.
You're right. I do
But
mean,
it's me. Yes.
and that's Andrew V, right? Not Andrew S. Or
Definitely
Andrew.
Andrew S.
It's Andrew S,
100%.
who is not Andy S.
Definitely not Andy S. Oh, I hate that nickname.
Okay. And who's going after you, Andrew, after you do the group introduction?
Anna.
Anna, thank you.
Anna's coming up to me. All right, Miss, you ready for me?
I hope so. We'll see.
Okay. Good morning, class. My name is Andrew Sanchez, and I am with the Dream Team. Today, we'll be discussing mental health ailments, different types of mental health diseases that you may have, and maybe some treatments that you can get to treat these ailments, or maybe someone you know has them, and this information will help them. Speaking first will be Anna, and she will be talking about anxiety. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Anna, and I will be talking about anxiety. Okay, so anxiety nowadays has affected many teens and older people. For each individual, it shows up and affects a person differently. Sometimes it could affect relationships, friendships, and daily tasks. It could make the person act differently from how they were before, and those acts or the way they respond will be taken as rude. Along with anxiety, it comes the constant worry, trouble sleeping, and the struggle to focus. Anxiety is an emotion that is characterized by the feeling of fear, worried thoughts, and physical changes. Anxiety could be shown in many different ways by shaking your feet, chewing the side of your cheeks, cracking your fingers, or zoning out. The different types of anxiety disorders, which are social anxiety, where you feel that everyone's looking at you and judging you. There's a panic disorder, which happens when the brain fears and responds to the fight or flight response. Health anxiety, also, which you feel that you have a mysterious disease even after the doctor clear you. Also is generalized anxiety, which is an exaggerated anxiety and worries about daily life events for no reason. Some of the symptoms of anxiety are heart palpitations. When you feel stressed, your heart will start beating fast. Also, shortness of breath, when you might feel that you're breathing out of a straw. You will also start to sweat and your muscles will tense, which sometimes could cause chest pain or the feeling of someone sitting on your chest. Anxiety also makes you act or respond to a certain situation, which could come out as rude, which could affect relationships, friendships, and daily tasks. Some examples are that you might cancel plans last minute since you don't feel like you want to be there. Leave an event early. Also, lack of eye contact. So let's say that you're talking to someone and you literally will look away. Like you're hearing them, but like you will not look them in the eyes. Or fidget often, which people will find as rude since they think you're not paying attention to that person. Over anxiety affects everyone, just that it shows up differently in each individual. I don't know if you guys knew, but actually it's because of genetics. So some of you guys might have it strong, some of them it might not show at all. But just know that you're not alone and many other people are going through it. Next up is Andrew with depression. Thank you.
Are you ready for me, miss?
No, I'm not.
All right. Good thing I asked. So how you guys doing? Pretty good? Same. I woke up like 30 minutes ago. And I just rolled out of bed to do this presentation. Yes, Edwin, same. Just came out the covers right now. The bed's right here. This computer's on the bed right now. I'm just rolled out of the covers and came on the floor. I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
All right. And I am ready too.
All right, I lied. I wasn't ready. Here, let me get out of the screen. Thank you, Anna, for the introduction. As Anna said, I will be speaking about, or my name is Andrew, and I will be speaking about the topic of depression. Now, depression is a mental illness that affects around 5 to 10% of the world population, depending on the figures that you look at. The thing about depression that makes it a little bit confusing or interesting is the way people react to adversity or loss or any stressful situation If you encounter something like a loss of a family member, you could have certain symptoms, a loss of sleep, a loss of appetite, a loss of things that you once found interesting, your hobbies. Maybe you used to love to read, now you don't like to read anymore because you're just feeling so down. Those are normal human responses. Those are normal human emotions. Where it becomes abnormal is when they last, for someone grieving, like more than 2 months. For any other situation, like a stressful situation at work, if it lasts for more than 2 weeks and it's negatively affecting your social life and how you feel, the way you function, that's categorized as depression. Now, depression is a little understood mental illness. It is a disease categorized by thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and it's actually not that well understood by scientists. People believe that is because it's feelings that you have control over this, that you can just simply choose to change your mind. Like, no, well, I'm unhappy, I should just choose to be happy. But it's not like that. It's not that simple. And often, because it is categorized as feelings, people can blame themselves when they have depression, causing greater feelings of depression, more guilt, more badness. The feelings that you can feel: depression, constant sadness, anger, guilt, hopelessness, behaviors that you might exhibit, loss of social contact, low energy, low motivation, poor concentration, poor sleep patterns, extreme changes in appetite. So like one of the extremes. Thoughts, you could have poor self-esteem, you could have thoughts of injuring yourself, potentially even ending your life in the most severe cases. And then loss of interest of things that you've once enjoyed. When someone has depression, it may just seem like they're being lazy, like, oh, he's just sleeping all day because he's lazy. Well, no, he literally just doesn't have any motivation to actually get up. It's really greater than we realize. Our minds are the most powerful things that we own. And when they're not working correctly, it can be very detrimental to us. Now, as I said before, it's not that well understood, but scientists do believe it has something to do with our neurotransmitters, the things that send chemical signals through the brain that helps us be who we are. And one of the ways that they help treat depression is they have medicines that target the neurotransmitters and increase their signal, amplify them. And that, in conjunction with psychotherapy, has been proven to be the most effective. Though depression is a very serious ailment, it is actually shown to be one of the most curable. Unfortunately, there is no cure for disease. It's a seasonal thing, not seasonal, but episodic. You could have a bout of depression and you're more likely to have another one later on in life. But with modern medicine and therapeutic help, people have been shown to be able to continue living a normal life, albeit a little bit more sad. Okay. Speaking next will be Sol on developmental disabilities. Thank you.
Are you ready?
I'm looking for you now.
Okay.
Trying to find where you are on my screen thing here. There you go. I'm ready.
Thank you, Andrew, and good morning, everybody. My name is Elac, and today I'm going to be talking about developmental disorders and disabilities. You may be asking yourself, what is a developmental disorder or disability? Well, it's a condition that causes impairment in physical, learning, language, or behavior areas. There are several conditions that are considered developmental disorders and disabilities. Most of these start in the developmental period before a baby is even born, so when it is in the womb. Although there are some that can happen after birth with injury or infection, although it is more rare than when it is developing in the womb. For most of these, there's no cure, there's only treatments that can help it get better, but most of these last a lifetime and the individuals learn to deal with them. Some examples of developmental disabilities are ADHD, autism spectrum disorder, fetal alcohol syndrome, cerebral palsy, hearing loss, intellectual disability, and there are several other developmental delays and disorders, but these are just a few. Today, I want to focus on autism. Autism is a developmental disability that can cause significant social, communication, and behavioral challenges. People with autism communicate, interact, behave, and learn in ways different than most other people. Although each individual with autism is extremely different than the next. They range from being severely challenged or severely gifted. Learning, thinking, and problem-solving abilities of people with autism are very different from each other. Some need lots of support and others need not as much. Although there is no cure for autism, there is some medications that can help treat specific symptoms. Although, as I said before, autism is extremely different for every individual, so there's not just one medication. There's different medications, but most importantly, there's therapy. There's applied behavioral analysis therapy, occupational, speech, and floor time. All of these can help reduce symptoms and improve abilities. Although it is most important when dealing with people with autism to find what works best for them. Overall, there are several challenges when dealing with a developmental disability, and doctors are learning more and more and more about these every day. Thank you, and now I'm passing it off to Ivan.
Do I start or?
Hang on, you can, everybody wants to know, I will tell you when you can start, and you can actually probably tell if you're watching me, because I'm not looking at the camera. I'm clearly over here typing still, so just hang on, I will get to everybody, and not yelling at you, Ivan, not yelling at anybody. It's just, it. What happens over here is I'm trying to give you good notes, okay? And I can't do that in 2 to 3 minutes. This will get better when we go to the longer speeches, but it's still pushing my typing speed, frankly. And that's, that's half the problem. It's just, I type about 70 words a minute, but it's still not keeping up with what I want to say. So that's why the delays are happening on this end. That and the fact that I have to come back over here and find Ivan wherever he is on my thing and set him up. There he is. Hi, Ivan. All right, and now I am ready to go when you are.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ivan Velasquez, and today I'm going to talk about OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD is one of the most common mental disorders, affecting about 1 to 3% of the US population and about 2% of the world population. People diagnosed with this disorder are usually between like 19 years old, about around 19 years old. But there are several cases when there are people that over 40 years old that are diagnosed with this disorder too. This disorder is somewhat kind of difficult to diagnose, since it shares a lot of symptoms that other disorders like personality disorder and schizophrenia have. For example, being compulsive, it's a one symptom that all three of those have, and that's why it's really difficult to know. And there's a low the population that like has a low uh this disorder is characterized by unreasonable thoughts and fears, and sometimes obsessions that lead to being compulsive. People with the OCD usually are like scared of being near something dirty or something that has germs, because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Sometimes the thing that affects the most of these people, it's when some things are not like symmetrical. Like, for example, two lines are not equally straight. One of the lines is a little bit more tilted to the side. Anything that is asymmetrical, it just affects them a lot, and it makes them feel anxious. Other symptoms of this disorder is when the people diagnosed with this, they harm themselves, or they're aggressive towards others just for no reason. They sometimes don't have control over what they're doing with their movements, and it's really hard for them to control. The people with this disorder, when their daily lives, it's something repetitive. They don't like to be surprised of what's gonna come next. They like to know exactly what they're gonna have to do after. For example, they're done eating, they're gonna have to go walking. They like to know what they're gonna do in their daily life every day. Because if they're surprised, it makes them feel anxious, and they don't know what to do. Lastly, this disorder is something that can be treated to decrease its symptoms. For example, reduce their obsessiveness, or their fears for germs, for example. But unfortunately, there isn't any cure. There isn't any cure for this disorder that can help them more. And That's it for my speech about OCD. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Next up is gonna be Angly.
Angie.
Angie, I'm sorry.
Hang on a second. They just logged me out. I just lost everything on Ivan. Hang on. I'm working on it. I cannot. I'm going to mute myself now while I probably mutter under my breath.
I understand, Miss.
Sorry about that. I know it must feel on your end that I'm zoning out or something. I promise you I'm not. I wish I could show you what's going on back here, but I am not zoning out. I am deep into it.
Yes, you're fine. No need to continue to explain yourself.
Oh, thank you. I just hate again, it's, it's these blank screens in front of me. I don't know what you're thinking, tell you the truth. All right. After Ivan, we have who now?
Actually, Frankie.
It's me, Angeli.
Ashley, there you are.
Okay. Hi, class. So my name is Angeli, and today I'm going to be talking about my class talked about my mental health disorders, but I'm going to be talking about one of the ways we can treat those mental health disorders, which would be by taking medication. So there'd be many reasons why a person would decide to get medicated for their mental health. We know that there are different types of mental health disorders, like the ones that my group mentioned, such as anxiety, depression, ADHD, OCD. But it goes beyond that. There's more mental health disorders like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, dementia, autism, and PTSD. It's important to bring awareness to all these disorders because I feel like off the bat, when talking about mental health issues, we always, normally only think of anxiety and depression, which is kind of like what my group was initially going to do. But I was like, wait, no, there's more health disorders that I think should be talked about. So yeah, one of the reasons why a person would decide to be medicated for these mental health disorders is because living with them becomes really difficult, and completing simple tasks can become very hard for them. From my research, what I discovered was that mental health issues derive from a chemical imbalance within a person's brain, causing them to have a variety of symptoms. And medication is just one of those things that can help control these imbalances to reduce them. And in some cases, even completely relieve patients from them. However, it's important to know that these aren't like cures. They can definitely come back if you start taking your medication. And like any other medication, they obviously there's benefits and there's also risk, but a person will only know those effects and those risks until they try the medication. A lot of these issues don't only require medication, they also require things like therapy and peer programs and rehabilitative services that medication can't treat alone. There are different types of medications that can help people with their mental health disorders, and the only way to see which one is best for you is by speaking to your healthcare provider or by visiting like a psychiatrist. So some of the medications, or some of the most common ones, are antipsychotic medications that can help reduce and eliminate unwanted voices and fearful thoughts. It also helps promote clear thinking and helps people stay calm and feel more organized, and is commonly taken by people with depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, and OCD. And then there's also antidepressants that help reduce feelings such as sadness or feeling depressed, and it helps with anxiety and suicidal thoughts. They don't, however, one of the most common misconceptions with antidepressants is that they'll make people feel happy, but that isn't true, or that it changes like a person's personality. But like I said, that really isn't true. Another medication would be mood stabilizers. It can help reduce or eliminate extremes of high and low moods and related symptoms. But this shouldn't keep you from like experiencing the normal ups and downs of life. These medications are also used to treat depression that lasts for a really long time and that goes away, but eventually ends up coming back. And like I said, when these medications are also like interchangeable, they can be used even sometimes together. Like this one
For example, it can be used with antidepressants for like people who are depressed, and antidepressants can't like treat alone. And this type of medication can also help treat bipolar disorder and depression. And then a next one would be tranquilizers and sleeping pills that can help reduce anxiety and insomnia and can help people feel more relaxed. Some of these are mostly used to help with sleep, so it'll cause drowsiness. But one of the downside of this specific type of medication is that a person can become dependent on them, or like basically like become addicted. So like I said, you just have to speak with your healthcare provider. And then the last one would be stimulants and or other related medicines that can have a calming effect and can help improve concentration and attention span in both children and adults. They can also help improve a person's ability to follow directions and reduce hyperactivity and impulsiveness to help people with ADHD and OCD. But yeah, all in all, medication is just one of those things that a person can take to help with their mental health. But it's obviously best to speak to your to your healthcare provider or a psychiatrist to see what works best for you. And that's pretty much it. And then next, I'm going to be passing it off to Anna so that she can just finish this off. Thank you.
All right, Miss. Are you ready, Miss?
Now I am.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I don't have it set up yet.
Okay,
There you
so-
go.
Okay. So I'll be concluding our topic theme. So mental health should be taken seriously nowadays, and it's happening more in teens and older people. As mentioned earlier, there are ways to get help and get treatment to live a normal life. Just know that you're not alone and there is ways to get help. Thank you.
Nice job, group. Nice job. All right, so let's see. Any volunteer groups to get started today? Am I on mute? Hang on. Stop that.
I know, Missy, not on mute.
No, you're not on mute.
Nobody's trying to do this.
Okay, just nobody's talking. All right. So it's on me to
Yes, I
pick.
would talk, but my group already went, so.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, same.
All
I
right.
would have thrown her name in the hat, but it's too late.
All right. Let's go ahead with group 4 or group 3, excuse me. We'll start with Andy.
Getting a bit set up over here, miss. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, sure.
Good morning, class. My name is Andy Serrano, and the topic for my speech is about how I was able to manage my stress during the pandemic. There were two things I did, one of which was reading, as I was always a fan of books. But once lockdowns were starting, I decided to stock up. I bought 12 books in total, two series, one of which was Harry Potter, two Stephen King's, and one of which was a Roman fantasy. I enjoyed reading because of the plot and because it was a good way to kill time. My favorite book so far is called The Cost of Knowing, which follows a senior who can see the future of anything he touches, but the story takes a turn when he touches a photo of his brother only to see him get murdered. The second method I used to manage my stress was actually putting my focus on my cat Gojo. For some context, my owners of my apartment don't like my pets, but earlier this year, I managed to convince my brother into getting me one. Instead of letting my stress dwell up, I put my attention on my cat by doing research about how to take care of a cat, the do's and don'ts, just pros and cons, and so on and so forth. I ended up buying a lot of food, litter, and toys that he doesn't even use, and along with a mini scratching post and a small little cat treat. Even though he attacks my legs, attacks our arms, cries at the door, or whatever things that cats normally do, we still consider him part of the family. Thank you for listening. This concludes my speech, and please give a nice welcome to John.
I'm looking for you, Jonathan. There you are.
Yeah, I'm here. I was just waiting for you.
I'm here.
All right, everyone. My name is Jonathan Ortiz, and this is the way I handled stress and anxiety during the pandemic. 2020 was a weird year for all of us. During the global pandemic is where I truly understood how important time management really is. There are 24 hours in a day, and I was determined not to let 1 second go through by. 2020, when I look back at it, was one of my best years. And you may think of it as something weird because everyone was complaining about how they couldn't do nothing, how they were stuck at home. Basically, how can I talk about so highly about a year? It's gonna go down as one of the more tragic ones in history. But let me continue with my story. During the year 2020 is where I truly understood how important time management really is. What I did during my time, as we weren't going to school and everything was closed down, was getting a job. I was able to get my money right at a job at Rite Aid where I was lucky enough to be a cashier. During this time is where I grew as a person as well. I was meeting new people. I was understanding how to communicate and adapt to pandemics as it was a weird time. Another way I managed my anxiety and stress was staying in shape. Even though gyms were closed, I didn't use that as an excuse to stop me. I worked out from home, doing pull-ups, doing push-ups, doing squats every day, and staying healthy. As I was getting my money right, I was able to get a bench press where I was able to, the same thing I would have done at the gym, I was doing at home. The best way I could say this, that the way I managed my anxiety and stress was just to adapt, So at the end of the day, life is unpredictable and we've got to adapt and move on. And I'm thankful that I did all these things because it really shaped up to be who I am today. Thanks to my job, I was able to get a job. I was able to get a car. And then thanks to me being in shape, I was able to make the Elac soccer team where I'm a starter now. Thank you guys for your time and have a good day.
I like the gym shirt, T.
Thank you.
All right, there you go for today's class. Thank you all very much. And we might be able to wrap these up on Wednesday. We might not, but we'll come real close.
Miss, I have a question.
Yeah, does everyone need to stay or can I let people go?
Thank you.
All right, Miss, you have a good one.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Bye, Miss.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Yep,
Bye, Miss.
bye. Hang on if you need me. I'm
Bye,
going through
Miss.
the chats now to see what I missed.
I have a question, Miss.
Yes, Adrian.
So group 3 will finish that on Wednesday?
That's the plan. We'll see.
Okay then. Okay, thank you.
Yep,
All right, have a good day.
you too. Let's see. Still have Daniel here. Daniel, what's up? Oh, Daniel's asleep.
Miss,
Yes. Why did you yawn at me?
I am so sorry. I had a question for the I was confused with um the speech, the project. No, not the part. Sorry, not the project. The speech, the panel presentation speech.
Yeah.
In the module, do we have to turn in like an assignment, like a rubric of what we did of the speech?
No?
No, because my group did a Google slide, so we didn't have to turn that in anyway, right?
No.
No, okay, that was all I was curious about, because I didn't know if in the panel presentation in the module where you're gonna grade based on my speaking or based on the Google slide that we're doing.
You don't need slides. If you look at the assignment where it says panel presentations, you'll see the rubric that I'm using to grade it right there.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I'm grading on. It's just within that rubric, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
And yeah, and that rubric all links back to topics in the modules.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye.